stage 4, I thought was a death sentence. Even my doctor thought it was a death sentence. I guess miracles happen. I don't know why I was the miracle, but I'm sure as hell happy I was. I first started having what I didn't realize at the time were symptoms, probably in about 2019. We were actually on vacation in South Beach, and I was having a lot of dizzy spells and exhaustion, just generally not feeling well. Kind of just thought it was because of the heat and humidity of South Beach. But then I got back home and it kind of stayed that way. Kept getting a little bit worse. I was starting to fall asleep at work, actually, and I was working at the restaurant industry, which is pretty hard to fall asleep in a restaurant. I've had heartburn most of my life, but it seemed to be getting a little bit worse. Having chest pains, back pains. I went and started to see a cardiologist thinking it was my heart. So I started there. We looked into a couple different things. I went on to some heart medications. Didn't seem to get any better. So we started doing blood tests and I realized that I was anemic. So we ended up getting an endoscopy done and a colonoscopy. And they discovered a very large ulcer in my upper stomach that had started breaking through the upper stomach walls, and also saw a spot on my liver and did a biopsy on that, obviously. And it came back as positive for gastric cancer. Also lymph nodes and on the outside of my bones they discovered. So I was pretty much glowing like a Christmas tree at the endoscopy. After meeting with the doctor, I was actually given about 6 to 9 months to live. It was stage 4. They opted not to even look into surgery. That was not an option. I was told simply because of the cancer had spread so far. They put me on a FOLFOX regimen, and basically that was for palliative care, simply to make me more comfortable and to prolong my life as long as possible. But I was on the FOLFOX regimen, the complete regimen, for probably about 9 months. And then I slowly started to wean off from certain aspects of it because of all the side effects. I had some severe neuropathy.
My hand's pretty much beet red right now.
That was the major thing. I continued to do chemotherapy for 2 years, and then I went off that and was on immunotherapy for the past year, and I stopped doing that literally 2 weeks ago. So I'm no longer in treatments at all. Woo! No evidence of disease whatsoever. Nope, it is completely gone. I actually had an endoscopy 3 weeks ago, and they said my stomach is completely normal and no signs of any cancer. I had a PET scan also 2 months ago. Didn't show anything anywhere in my body. I give most of the credit to the immunotherapy, to be honest with you. It was a new therapy at the time. A lot of people I know aren't even able to get that. You have to have certain benchmarkers. I got lucky and was able to receive that, and I think it definitely made the difference. Go through the emotions. I mean, it's all natural. You have every right to be pissed off at the world. I certainly was for a couple of weeks. You have every right to say, why me? How can this happen? Get all that processed. Take however long you need. Don't go into a hole. Try not to be depressed. It's natural to wonder and to be scared. Go through those emotions. And that's part of the healing. But once you go through those emotions, once you get through that anger, do what I did. Find a reason to live. Find multiple reasons to live, and just keep reminding yourself that you haven't accomplished all you want in your life, that you do want to do these things. The only way to do those things is to beat cancer. Lean on the people that care about you. I'm so grateful to my wife because she's actually in the medical field. So I had that advantage that she could read the doctor's reports and understand them a lot better than I could and explain it to me. She could administer my meds.
Simone is making my favorite chemo meal. Mac and cheese.
She literally did everything. She learned how to cook. She hates cooking. I was always the chef. I was always the one that cooked. She did the dishes, but she forced me to eat when I didn't want to. She forced me to drink when I didn't want to. She gave me everything I needed, including obviously the love and support. Have a person to help you. You can't do it alone. And just understand you're going to go through some shit. It's going to be a rough time. Your body's going to hurt. Sometimes, and I've heard it said before by other people, the treatment is worse than the diagnosis. So sometimes it does feel that way.
Been a little bit of a rough day.
Sometimes you just don't want to continue, but it's in those times that you really need to look, like I said, for an inspiration. Find hope where there doesn't seem to be any. Yeah, I mean, my hope is that they continue to expand on this immunotherapy. It certainly seemed to work for me. They continue to find, chemo treatments that hopefully aren't as harsh on the body as mine were. As far as my long-term goals, obviously try to keep the cancer at bay. I don't know if there really is a way to do that. And helping other people, doing things like this and talking about my experience and hopefully giving some other people hope and to realize that positivity goes a long ways combined with modern medicine, but you can't lose hope. Now, if I can help people to have that hope, then that's kind of what I want to do.